Inside this U.S. Secret Service lab, the evidence is often invisible at first. It may be buried in a phone, stored on a laptop, or hidden inside a device most people would never notice.
We'll extract all the data that we can from those devices, and we provide that data back to the investigators so they could further their case.
That work can touch almost every kind of criminal case because almost every part of our lives now leaves a digital trail. Federal authorities say across the nation, cybercrime is up, and the criminals are getting more sophisticated in ways to dupe the public.
They're able to clone your voice, clone your likeness, make very, very convincing pictures with convincing videos and convincing audio. And so it's very hard to delineate between reality and something that's AI.
So the Secret Service has formed a task force with local law enforcement and DFW to train them and give them access to technology they don't have. Denton County Sheriff's investigator Scott Brandt is on the task force and says it's made a difference.
One of the very first cases that came up, it was a homicide, and it was a locked cell phone. And we were able to bring the cell phone up here and use forensic tools and able to gain access to the phone.
Brandt says digital evidence is helping find clues that didn't exist before. For example, the case of Nancy Guthrie made national headlines when she was kidnapped from her home in Arizona. Investigators were able to capture images of the suspect from an outdoor camera, even though the camera was turned off and she had no subscription. Brandt says digital evidence is hard to destroy.
We've worked on phones that were completely submerged in seawater, coke. We've seen them burned, we've seen them shot. They've all come back to life.
But the same digital world helping investigators solve crimes is also where criminals are looking for victims.
Just be very apprehensive about numbers you don't recognize. Bad actors will use a lot of threat tactics to make sure that they pressure the victim into cooperation, and their goal is to receive money.
The Secret Service says the digital world has become a crime scene of its own, where evidence is found, victims are targeted, and crimes can begin with a single click. In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.